G'day YouTube, Down to Bricks here. It's time for another collection video, and today we're having a look at my Marvel collection. Now for those that don't know, not only do I like to build mocks and build stuff into our city, a main passion for me is to collect and display Lego sets. And I've got some mixed feelings with Marvel. It's probably the theme where I've actually dismantled and parted out the most sets, the theme where I've probably pulled apart the most sets from, and I guess that highlights that it's more about the characters and the minifigures for me when it comes to Marvel. But that's not to say that there isn't some fantastic sets, so let's check them out. Speaking of fantastic sets, here we have the best set of all for me, the Helicarrier. Such a great set. I did show this recently in my UCS update, but I have put the minifigures here now as well, and I've extended this little stand that came with the Helicarrier, and really this is just a selection of some of my favourite Avenger minifigures. Especially love that Iron Man, think he's very cool, and good to get Bruce Banner in the last couple of Thor sets. But yeah, beautiful set, the Helicarrier. So let's just start with a quick once over, and then we'll have a look at each bay and take a closer look at the sets. So I'm going to start with the Spider-Man shelf, and the reason I'm going to start here is because this is where Lego started with Marvel. Now way back in 2001, Lego had a Studios theme, and in 2002 they actually released some Spider-Man sets under the Studio theme. And I've got this instruction book here, and this is set 1376, and you actually got a little CD-ROM here, and you could make a little movie there as well. So that was a very cool theme, and great to start getting some superhero sets. And then in 2003 and 4 we actually did get some standalone Spider-Man sets. I have got a couple of sets here. So I have a couple of these old classic sets, I guess you could say. So very cool looking sets. Check out Mary Jane. And here's a look at the rest of the Spidey shelf. Rhino there, Vulture. I love this Vulture. That's a fantastic little build, and as I said, it's mainly about the minifigs for me. So for most of these shelves here I have these little stands made up with all these minifigs, and that's the old Doc Ock there, but some fantastic minifigs here. Love that Carnage. And this green Goblin, of course that's from the old early 2000 sets as well. He looks fantastic. The Hobgoblin, that's another good one. And then here's all the Spider-Man. So these are the old Spider-Mans from the early 2000s. So I think they look fantastic. And then the newer version. And then the one we had for so long, so a few different versions here, dual molded legs, and the blue and red waist piece. But some great minifigs, and then over the back I have got the Doctor Strange set, Sanctum, Sanctorum. That's another cool set. And then jumping over to this cabinet, it was a long time before we got more Marvel sets. 2012 actually, and these are a few of the sets from that year. And the Quinjet is a great model And we'll just keep going down on this cabinet. There's another Quinjet. Now I do have the third Quinjet as well, but I actually have modified that a little bit, and I've got it on my Avengers Tower. And of course we have the Hulk Buster. That was very cool. And the Ghost Rider bike. And keep going down. We've got the Avenged Jet. Black Panther Jet. And then I've just got a few other random vehicles down to the bottom here. Lola. The Skull Sub. And if we go straight over to the bottom of this cabinet, we have Ninja Turtles. So I love that Turtle sub. I think that's great. It's probably my favourite Turtles set. I really dig that. It's great. And then here are all the minifigures. So quite a selection there. And over the back, really shouldn't have these cheap Chinese brands here, but I've got a few minifigs back there. I love the Thing. Wish we could get a Lego Thing, so that's the only reason I picked those up, because I just wanted to have a Thing. And if we keep moving up, we have the Spider-Man, and past that, and now we have Guardians of the Galaxy and X-Men. I absolutely love this shelf. It's possibly my favourite shelf behind all my minifigures, and I thought the Guardian sets were really cool. Wasn't too fussed on the new Milano, wasn't too bad, but it was a shadow on this one, and I've got to say, this is my favourite, other than the Helicarrier, this is my favourite Marvel set, the Milano. Really love that. And the minifigures are just outstanding. Absolutely outstanding for this theme, this or sub-theme of Marvel. Some of the prints here, they're just top notch. Absolutely love the minifigs. And I think these are probably, on this shelf, some of my favourite minifigs, I'd have to say. Like I said, all of these Guardians of the Galaxy. We've got a custom there. And as I said, my favourite minifigs, because here's all the X-Men minifigs, and there is some customs in amongst those on the end there. Still can't believe we got a Deadpool, but love the Wolverine figures as well. And then I do have some more custom figures there. Daredevil, the Punisher, and Deadpool. And that X-Men sets, we got 2 X-Men sets, and 2012, when we got back into Marvel, when Lego got back into Marvel, that was one of the sets. So there's the Chopper from it when we got Deadpool and Wolverine and Magneto. And of course the Blackbird was the next release. Very sleek. And the Sentinel, which is extremely cool. Love it. And then if we go up to the next shelf, now this is a bit of a temporary shelf. I'll talk about more about that later. But I've got the Ragnarok Sets here. I was pretty harsh about this set. Wasn't really too keen on it, just being a wall. But it's grown on me a little bit, I've got to say, and I do think it makes a great background for a little scene here. The Gladiator Arena with Thor and Gladiator Hulk Fantastic big fig that is. And we only got the 2 sets, but I've got to say the minifigs are simply outstanding. And as good as the Thor and Hulk are, I mean, the Hulk's probably got to be my favourite, but I do love this Hela. I just love the headdress there, that moulded piece. It's very nice. And I do have my giant man here, my custom one I built, and I've got the ant up on the wall. I love just having that hanging there. And as I said, this has probably got to be my best shelf. Saving the best to last is just all the minifigs. Now obviously I can't fit everything up here. I'll just do a quick fly through. So I've got a lot of my other minifigs on the other shelves, as you've already seen, and then all the rest are up here. So let's start up this end. It's got Spidey up on the wall, he's just chilling. I'm not going to go through all of these. Thanos, all of the Iron Man, War Machine, and Hulks. A lot of Hulk big figs there. So I only just made this stand up to display all these figures. I think it came out pretty good for this shelf. There's Cap, Ant-Man, Minifigs, Giant Man, Quicksilver, pretty rare figure that one, only came out in 1 set. Ghost Rider, that is very cool. Few gaps there. Winter Soldier. And a lot of the Avengers here. So unlike the other themes I collect, I don't have a lot of unbuilt sets. I've got a few down there that you can see. So I've got to get that mech done. I can fit that on the Spidey shelf. And then I've got the Spidey bridge, and I've actually got 3 of those. I did buy that at 20% off, and then I managed to pick up 2 more for like $70 Australian, and that's just dirt cheap for that amount of pieces. So I'm thinking that I'm going to spread the collection onto these shelves over here, and I'll move some of this stuff here over onto there, and I'll move the Ninja Turtle stuff over onto there as well. And then down the bottom I might just do a bit of a mock, a bit of a custom build of the bridges, and do a bit of a scene on that bottom shelf. And then this shelf here I'm saving for all the Infinity Wars sets, which I have ordered. So looking forward to those, because there's some great looking sets amongst those. So can't wait to fill that up with the Infinity Wars sets. But that's my thoughts moving forward for the collection. So I'll get that done eventually anyway and give you an update. But that's all I've got time for in this Marvel collection, all I've got to show today. So tell me what you think. Let me know in the comments. What's your favourite set here? What's your favourite Marvel set? What's your favourite Marvel minifigure? Can you do it? It's pretty difficult to narrow it down to one minifig, isn't it? But I hope you did enjoy this video. Don't forget you can follow me on Instagram as well at DownUnder. And if you haven't already, hit the like button, hit subscribe. Thank you for taking the time to watch, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.